Hey family, welcome and welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, Divine Golden Master. Okay, I'm so glad to have you here. I appreciate you and express gratitude. Thank you for everybody who's been booking readings, ordering things off my site, the manifesting kits, the crystals, the bracelets, everything, the donations. I appreciate you guys so much. It doesn't go unnoticed, like truly, seriously. I love y'all. Also to check out my other channel, Divine Golden Intuitions, if you need readings. I give collective readings every day. Okay, general messages, sign messages, love messages, twin flame, divine feminine, divine masculine, all that good stuff. Okay, so go ahead and check all of that out. It will be down below in the description box. But let's just get into this video. Okay, this video is going to be called "Are You Stuck?" Are you stuck right now? Are you feeling like you have no purpose? A lot of people, they will feel stuck. They will feel like they don't have no purpose. They will feel like cry wolf. Like a lot of people, a lot of my clients too that come to me, and this is not me passing no judgment. This is just me describing so you can gain understanding. Do not get sensitive or emotional when it comes to this. This is just me allowing myself to be expressive so you can gain understanding. If you do get offensive or offended, understand that may be something that you should work on. Okay. But yes, let's talk about it. So, are you stuck? You feel like you have no purpose. I remember I had a friend in the past who really turned out to be a foe. But I had a friend in the past that used to tell me like, "Oh, why do you feel like everybody has to have a purpose? Oh, why do you need to have a purpose? Oh, how do you even know that's your purpose?" Like constantly try to come against my purpose. 144 on the clock. That honey for that honey. that 144,000. Okay. We have a purpose, okay? We don't just come into this life with no purpose. We don't just come here to just do whatever, right? We don't just come here to just live in the matrix. It's time that we wake up from the matrix and start to take life more serious, but not too serious, if you understand what I'm saying. We should take our spiritual journey more serious than we take this life journey, if I'm making sense. Okay? Remember that you guys could always ask questions down below. If you have, I had to make sure my mic was on, y'all, because I would have been like, all this talking and my mic ain't on. But yeah, if you have any questions, remember always to put them down below. This is a family. We go within. We heal. There's no judgment here. No judgments passed here, okay? Go ahead and drop your questions and things like that down in the comments. Drop how you feel about things in the comments. I truly appreciate the engagement with you guys. And when y'all do comment, it really helps me to keep going. You know what I mean? Like seriously. It really helps me to keep going on my path, on my purpose, because I know you guys, a lot of you guys may not know it, but you guys are a strong part of my support system. Between you guys and my spiritual team, I don't know how I would do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being 100. I don't have a lot of support system within this 3D physical realm right here with me. But you guys and my spiritual team hold it down. And I appreciate you guys. Let me get something to drink. So I just did this video before this one about knowing your worth spiritually. And we know whatever we do on the spiritual always translates to the physical. So y'all go check that video out as well. It would be very helpful. 333 o'clock. But yeah, so the first thing that we were talking about in this video is we talked about judgments. Well, we talking about judgments. I'm talking about we talked about. We just started. Release judging yourself. Now, I know I did a video before about judgments and how we shouldn't judge people, but first and foremost, we have to put that energy inward. Okay, we shouldn't judge ourselves. We should not be judging ourselves so hard, so harshly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we want to take account for things. We want to analyze. We want to observe, see where we're at, how we're doing with things like that. But take it easy on yourself. You could be your worst critic. You know what I'm saying? So stop judging yourself. That is the first step. Stop judging yourself. Stop passing judgments on yourself. Stop like critiquing yourself to this unrealistic standard. Stop doing, things that you know is like, why are you beating yourself up about that? Like even just for a small example, like when I first started to try to eat healthier and things like that, I constantly told myself that this is a life journey. This is not spiritual 444 spiritual alignment. This is a life journey. This is not a diet. So I will not beat myself up when I make a mistake, which is like, what is a mistake? Everything's so divine, right? But I will not beat myself up when I eat something I don't want to eat, or that's unhealthy, or that's not really to my diet. I'm not going to beat myself up about that. It's a journey. On a journey, do we not fall? Do we not stumble? Do we not make mistakes? So why would I beat myself up about something that, why would you beat yourself up about something that you may be doing wrong in your life? You're learning. So learn to reframe those things. If you're feeling stuck, you feel like you have no purpose, a lot of times it's because you're beating yourself up, okay? Like what are you thinking about? What are your actions? A lot of times when we're feeling stuck and things like that, or we don't feel like we have a purpose, it's because we're either thinking too much or we're just doing a lot of things that don't hold any purpose. Bring balance when it comes to that. Okay? Um, where am I at? Okay, now I'm gonna give y'all this quote by Gandhi. You find yourself when you lose yourself in the service of others. You find yourself when you lose yourself in the service of others. Now, I'm gonna just speak about me personally. Um, when I started my spiritual journey, and I saw how it changed my life. Then in that moment when it changed my life, I knew, like, okay, I've been an entrepreneur before that. So then in my moment, I knew I was an entrepreneur in high school. Okay, ninth grade. Stop playing with it. Don't play with it. Stay with it. And I'm very charismatic. I have Libra stellium in my chart. So for me, it was like really finding out what was my path. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need nobody to tell me, oh, you have a purpose. I knew I had a purpose, but what was it? I was trying to figure it out from a very young age. Okay? You have a purpose. A lot of times, too, when we grow up in families and things like that don't support us, for me, I grew up in a family that even to this day, like, it's constant things that they will critique me about, constant things to try to put me down about. But it's like I really just grew to understand. I understand where they come from, they unhealed and things like that, but I don't internalize it. And shrooms is something that really helped me to stop internalizing it. But yeah, like from day one, I had to know who I was. I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been connected to spirit from day one. We're really on our spiritual journeys before we even know it, because this whole life is a spiritual journey. You feel me? And I had been searched for who I was at a young age. Like, I raised myself in a lot of ways. You feel me? Spent a lot of time alone with spirit. Even then, I didn't know it, but I was naming my dolls, lining them up like classrooms and spirits, and seeing shit, and you know what I'm saying. So it was just like, from a young age, a lot of us already have to feel like we got to define who we are. You know what I mean? And that could make or break a lot of people. Now, if you're in a state right there where it broke you, you have to gain that confidence back. And even for the ones that get loved and they receive the love that they need as kids, they may go through things because it's like, okay, well, why am I not being successful in life? I'm doing everything I thought that I should be doing. This is what my family told me, but your family can't tell you. You feel me? Like, this is a soul mission. You have to find your own. Okay, so I sympathize with all different three pathways, and it could go many different ways. You know what I mean? But that's just a select few. Now, let's go back to this quote. You find yourself when you lose yourself in service of others. Once I started to see how my spiritual journey changed my life, the spiritual baths. Like, y'all know I preach about spiritual baths all the time. But that's because literally my first spiritual bath, I saw my grandmother, I saw my grandfather, they held me up in my arm. Like, it was so vivid to the point of, like, I'm still a realist. Like, I used to be a real like, because it's just like me, it's like, you're not gonna tell me nothing. I gotta see it, I gotta do it, I gotta test it, I gotta prove it. You feel me? Like, so no, whenever I bring anything to you, I I'm not just talking. I'm not just saying something. No, I lived it. I felt it. I changed my life with it. You feel like I ain't just feeding you no bull. This is me. These things right here, I've done these things. I've been stuck. I felt like I had no purpose. And sometimes even this year felt like turning around on my purpose. Like it's not adding up. It's not making sense. 10-10. Completion. A lot of y'all could be completing out cycles too. But yeah, like I've been there. And it's not that we never go there. That's the thing too that I want to stress, that it's not that, oh, one day you just stop feeling like that. No, it's a process. But know that it's possible that you could start feeling like that another day. It could come back. But you just have to know how to transmute that and understand what that is, right? And understand too, what are the triggers? Okay, I'm really talking a lot and I wanted to stay on my notes, but I feel like this is what I need. This is how we need to be going with this. Spirit's like, yeah, surrender. Let us talk. Okay. So yeah, like I really had that was really what changed my life. And it's another quote I got. The scale at which you succeed is at the depth at the problem you solve. And like when I tell y'all, like a lot of people may not, think that my life is so good, this, and that, but like I've had everything I ever wanted. You know what I'm saying? From cars, from money, from cash, like I've had so much, on the 3D realm. But when I had so much of everything I thought I was chasing, and I went to college, dropped out of college, and was like, no, I want to be rich. And when I got all this money, and I was just spending it on just, you know what I'm saying, like spending $500 a day, all type of shit, like for periods of time, and even more, because then we go shop, we do it, and it was like it was no fulfillment. I'm not just talking from what I think; I'm talking from what I know. I've had everything, the condos, the cars, all that shit. And in those moments, I didn't have no peace within my soul, within my body, within my spirit. And that's real. Like, seriously. So a lot of people today look at me and people sometimes pass judgment. Oh my God, I'm having deja vu. Shut up. Right where I'm supposed to be. But a lot of people pass judgment on me. They may be like, oh, your business not successful. Why you keep doing it? Or successful to their standard, right? Or why you keep doing this? And, maybe you should switch this around. And I listen to people because I'm not somebody who can't take criticism. But I also notice when people are being judgmental on something that they don't understand. I will do this for the rest of my life if I didn't make money, because Spirit always take care of me. And it's not because Spirit always take care of me. Spirit always takes care of me because I'm doing something that I love, that I'm true to, that I know is real, that I know works. I would rather have all the peace in the world than all of those things that I used to have, because I had no comfort when I had all those things. So that's why I like to talk about these things often, because people don't understand. Like, I just remember so many people, even just recently, like, want to pass judgments on me and talk about my business and things like that. Like, oh, well, you've been doing that for 3 years or however, why is it not taking off yet? And even just like my family, all type of shit. And it's just like, you don't understand. Because it's not about that for me. Number one, it's about the legacy for my son. I'm going to leave him with something that this world can't give him, something that he can't buy, something that his soul is going to be thankful for. I'm going to leave millions of people on this planet and to come after that, because who knows how long the YouTube going to last, right? It'll last for however long. People going to watch me when I pass away. And I still will be bringing an impact onto people. Because for me, I've had all the 3D. I've had all of that. I've had all of that. Not that I don't want it. Not that I'm not gaining it. Not that I don't get blessed and things like that. I do. But the difference is now that it doesn't rule me. I'm not dependent on that. I'm dependent on this peace of mind that I get when I sit with spirit, when I meditate, when I take that me time, when I take those spiritual baths, the type of energy that comes over my body, like I can't even begin to express to you. Like, it's something that you only know by doing. And I know I have a lot of new subscribers, so this is why I wanted to tell my story again, because it's like, bro, I've had all that, I've done all that. So when you come over here, know that I'm not speaking from somebody who ain't never had shit. I done had it all and lost it because I didn't have that peace. I didn't have real true happiness. I didn't I didn't have this. I didn't have purpose. I was just living. Even now, like stuff like getting my nails done, hair done, and all type of stuff. Like I remember I used to just like, I'll never go without my nails done. I'll never do this. I was super skinny. I'll never get. Oh my god, that worst thing would be if I gain weight. All my nightmares came true. All of them. And then I had to look at myself like, who are you on a soul level? You have to check in with yourself. Who are you? Who are you on a soul level? Who are you when you don't have nothing? Who are you? And that was what really started my spiritual journey, because it was like, okay, I made all this money. I got this life. I got everything I ever wanted. Besides a peace of mind, something I never knew I needed. The things that you take for granted get taken away. You feel me? And even just me understanding at a very young age, like I'm sitting here 20 years old, I could go and buy whatever I want. I could do whatever I want. And I did. And I did. Spent whole lots of money. And it taught me that this life that we live in is not about that shit. It's not about that. Now I feel like I'm dragging it now, so I'm gonna bring it back in. But I really want to express that to you guys, especially for my new subscribers. Like, understand that. Understand the real value. I got a video on my channel. I'm gonna link it down below. What are your values? What do you value? What do you value? Is it that getting your hair done, getting your nails done all the time, getting your makeup done, all this stuff? Or do you value true companionship? Do you value love, peace? Do you value being able to come to your home and feel at rest and not have to come home and feel hasty energy? Like, what do you value? You feel me? So yeah, the scale at which you succeed is at the depth of the problem you solve. So this is why I come to you guys with my journey, and I teach through my journey. I teach through, that wounded healer. Because I once was wounded and I healed myself. And I teach you how to heal yourself and to find true purpose. You're not stuck. Even when you feel like you're stuck, or it seems like you're stuck, or it looks like you're stuck with these 3D eyes, ask your spirits, surrender to the flow of life. What is this teaching me? What am I learning right here? Everything is teaching us something. Also, to learn how to be of service. You find yourself when you lose yourself in the service of others. You don't learn nothing doing for you. You don't learn nothing doing for yourself. You learn everything when you start to do for others. You don't learn nothing doing for you. You learn when you start to do for others. Now, when we talk about the other video, we don't want to be self-sacrificing. So it is a balance that needs to be had there. It is a spiritual self-worth that you need to have so that you don't drain yourself. But yeah, and then the next, I'm on 20%, I gotta hurry up. The next question I got for you guys is, what role are you playing? A lot of times when we go through life, we just playing roles. Like, oh, you being the girlfriend, the boyfriend, the husband, the wife. You being the sister, the mom, the dad, the aunt. You trying to be this perfect cook for everybody. You trying to do this for them. You trying to do this for that one, that one, that one. But what role do you play that you actually signed up for? You feel me? As in, first of all, what role do you want to play? What role do you want to play? And be that. But look into the roles that you play that you don't really like, that you don't really fuck with like that. I got a candle over here, that's why I keep looking back. But look at that. What role are you playing? Is it you? Or is it just somebody, are you just doing something for somebody else, being self-sacrificing? Or is it something that somebody imposed on? Like, what role are you, oh, excuse me, what role are you playing? Just like when people be like, oh, this person took advantage of me, this, and that, they want to wallow, they want to, nobody told you to sit there and take all that. And this is no judgments, but this is, you always have free will. So why didn't you stand up for you? Because we always have a choice. Everything is a choice. It's choices. We make choices. You make choices to stay. You make choices to self-sacrifice. You make choices to choose me, to value you. What choices are you making? What role are you playing? Okay. Also, I'm gonna do a separate video about the ego, but the ego is a disease. You know, not the ego is a disease, but the ego issues can be a disease. Okay. That's why it's important that we dissolve the ego. We don't want to fully kill the ego. I'm going to talk about ego death in the next video because I've had one. You know what they call an ego death or dissolving of an ego, because it's more so of a dissolving of the ego. I've had one when I did my shroom trip. And that's basically when we really just start to realize that it's not just about us, and it's a whole collective. It's about, you gain a big perception. I'm going to talk about that though in the in my next video about the ego. But that could happen in a lot of different ways. It could happen when you have childbirth. It could happen during a shroom trip. It could happen during a life-death experience. You know what I'm saying? A humbling experience. But the ego, now there's two ways this ego thing could go. I am the complete worst and I am the complete best. Those two energies, you're not being honest with yourself. You're not being honest because you're not the worst and you're not just the best. You feel me? You can think about yourself as the best, but as in an ego-based way. Just like when I say, let me make y'all understand, let me let y'all understand this in a better way, as in being God-like and having a God complex, right? We want to be God-like, but not a God complex, because we're all gods. You feel what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So I am the complete best and I am the complete worst is the ego thing. You sitting here thinking you so low, that's your ego. You sitting here thinking you so much better than everybody, that's your ego. Get out of self and get into community more. Be honest with yourself. Yeah, you may be good at this thing, but I may not be so good at that. Oh, I'm really good at that. I need to do more of that. Or I'm that I don't think I like that. That didn't make me feel good. That didn't feed my soul. Live more in the present moment. Okay. Well, I got more notes on here. All right. Live more in the present moment. Okay. I challenge you to ask a family member, friend, or colleague and this is something I got from Jay Shetty. I love him, y'all. I love him. I get a lot of concepts from him. I watch a lot of podcasts, and these are things that help me. So I want to bring it to you guys from my perspective, and just this is why I'm shouting him out, because y'all may resonate with him. He's awesome, but some people, they can't listen to. Some people just kind of, it goes over their head. But even just the monk thing, I swear to God, I don't know when I'm gonna do this. When I get my money all the way together, I'm gonna do a month of being a monk. But I'm gonna do it at home. But I really want to do that. Anyway, I challenge you to ask a family member, friend, or colleague, or all three. Matter of fact, all three. That's what he said. That's the thing he said. What strengths do you have? What skill do they think you bring? And what is your superpower? Now, this is not for you to just take it as Bible, but we got to get out of ourself. It's not all about what we think, because that's ego. Your ego could fail you. You know what I'm saying? See what the perception is. Just even when I ask my mother or friends, things like that, Even my mother was telling me my whole life, like, you really listen to people good. Like, you really know how to inspire people. You really know how to help people. You really know how. This is mama telling me this from a young age because she saw that I was an empath. Everything don't all be bad. You gotta listen to what people say. Everything ain't all bad. You feel me? My candle over here going like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. But yeah, so do that. I challenge you to do that. And then when you do that, go ahead. My bad, y'all. My candle. I had to get it right, get it tight. Okay. But yeah. Oh, I might need to open the window. Um. But yeah, when you do that, see what people say. Now you don't take it to heart. You just listen to it. Be open to other people's perspective. Everybody's so they don't want nobody to tell them nothing. Like, damn, well, if you trying to start a business or you trying to do something on you, because I recommend entrepreneurship for everybody. But if you trying to start a business, you trying to do this, you trying to do that, and you don't want to listen to nobody, who you gonna say yourself to? Yourself? Who gonna like? Even with me, when I do my business, like even with everything I do in my business, I'm like, would I like that? What? How would I want somebody to represent that to me? How would I want this to be if I got it? How would I want this to look? And that's what I'm doing. And that's why I'm having more success within my business. Also, too, quick side note, we will be doing a video about Saturn going into Pisces, but my Saturn is in my second house. So I'm having a lot of career things happening for me. I'm learning a lot of lessons within that career. You feel me? But yeah, so ask 3 people, family member, friend, and colleague that. And I want you to try to switch your patterns. Try new things. Listen to a podcast. Take a course. Listen, and this a lot of the stuff that you could do from your phone. But I recommend too going out there, going to different environments, maybe traveling, like whatever is affordable and good for you. But especially with traveling, because different areas hold different energy codes. Just like I told y'all, I do the natal chart reviews, but along with the natal chart reviews, you can get a separate natal chart review of what environments most fit you. I think it's called the artocracy. I can't pronounce it. I forget what's the word. But you can look that up and see, okay, what areas resonate with your energy. But even if you don't know that, going out to different areas, traveling, seeing energetically how you feel in those places can show you a lot. Like when I first went to Cali, I'm like, from a kid, I was telling my parents I wanted to move to California. When I went out there, I'm like, oh my God. When I lived out there for that year, I'm like, yo, this is why I'm moving there again, because this is where I'm supposed to be. But I didn't know that until I went and did that. In Texas, I went and grounded in some sand. I didn't know how much I enjoyed that until I went and did that. Nobody could just tell me that. I had to go experience it. So get new experiences. You could pick, I think he was saying like pick like 8 experiences. You got 2 days on your weekend. Most jobs give you 2 days, even if it's not the weekend. You got 2 days off. Take those 2 days out of 1 month. Those are 8 new experiences. Do something new. I'm hearing horseback riding for somebody, so somebody might need to do horseback riding or something. But try something you never did before. See how it resonates in your spirit. Meditate before you go. You may even get visions of something that you did in the past life. All right. Now, also, after you do those things, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. Did you like it? Yes or no? Why did you like it? Why? Because if you know why, then you can create more experiences just like that. Okay. And then, would you like to do it again? And if no, don't do it again. But at least you know you tried it, and you know, okay, well, these things like this don't resonate with me, but this does. Also, too, I want you to start asking these questions about people, places, and things like that. Like, do I like this person? How did they make me feel? Why didn't I like that person? A lot of times we be dealing with people that we don't even resonate with spiritually, but we just be putting up with them for no reason. Why? Cut their ass off. When you leave people, ask yourself, how do I feel that I left them? How do I feel that I did this? How do I feel that I watched this? How do I feel that I watched the news? Me personally, after I watch the news, that's why I stopped watching. I said, oh my God, I feel stressed. I may have left out of a meditation, or even if I didn't leave out of a meditation, I would have living a high vibrational life, start watching the news. I'm like, I don't have to do that. I'm not watching that. I don't need it. I don't. And my life been better ever since. So things like that. Maybe you need to stop scrolling on Instagram so much. Maybe you don't need Instagram on your phone. Like me, I delete Instagram if I'm not using it actively, or when I go on vacation and stuff. I'll delete Instagram sometimes. Or if I feel like I'm checking it too much. Because I'm more so using it for business. So if I feel like I'm checking it and being obsessive, I'll delete it. Period. Now, like we was talking about earlier, detachment. Detachment is not that you own nothing, but nothing owns you. Okay? Nothing owns you. But that doesn't mean you can't have nothing. You can have everything. But what I had to learn was detachment, and nothing owns me. Like, you're not just standing behind the things that you got. No, you're standing in front of it. Because you feel me? If that makes sense. Detachment is not that you own nothing, but nothing owns you. And the last thing I want to, well, two things I'm going to end this with is who validates you owns you. Nobody owns you. Nobody owns you but you. So what? You got to validate yourself. Who validates you owns you. Nobody owns you. You got to validate yourself. And I want you guys to really practice solitude, okay? Practice solitude for self-purification. A lot of times, too, we can't really decipher whether we like things or whether it resonated or how it felt because we are so used to being in other people's energy space. We're so used to being crowded with other people's energy. We don't even know what our own energy feel like. Get some time in solitude. Understand your energy so that when you go do these new experiences, when you switch these patterns, you could understand whether you like it or not. You could understand whether it resonated for you or not. You could understand whether it was beneficial. But if you're so clouded with everybody else's energy, you can't understand that. My phone on 10%. I gotta wrap it up. You can't understand that. So do your spiritual paths, do your cleansing, do your sages. Take your time to yourself so that you can understand, overstand, understand when something's not resonating with you. Okay? All right. I love y'all. Love yourself. I will see you in the next video. Okay? If this resonated and it sizzled in your spirit, go ahead and like this video so I can connect with you guys on a deeper level. Also, if you want to sow a seed to the channel, go ahead. The Cash App and that PayPal will be down below as well. I truly appreciate everyone. Also, too, check out my store. We got manifesting kits, we got bracelets, we got blessed and charged crystals. I will be adding new items today. Also too, I'm adding a bath very soon, and also too, I will be adding like box kits, so where you can get a lot of things all in one. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys, and I know you're gonna love it. And I just look forward to all the growth that we have coming to this channel, to this family. Also, join me on Patreon if you feel led to. It's a lot of in-depth content over there. I just recently did a showing you guys how to set up an altar for Bassett. Y'all say hey. Ah! All right, I love y'all. Peace.